Wednesday, August 13th, our regular city council meeting at 6 p.m. Madam Clerk, meeting call to order. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Present.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Here.
Councilmember Perez,
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now leading us in invocation is Pastor Jim Beltran.
Thank you, Mayor and council members, for this opportunity to be here tonight and to open this meeting in prayer. Let's go before the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gifts that you have given us this day and for the privilege of gathering in service to our city. Lord, we have seen firsthand the strength, resilience, and the heart of this community. And I know that you are at work in every corner of our town. Today, Lord, we lift up our city leaders. Bless our mayor, our city council members, and all who carry the weight of responsibility for McFarland's future. Give them the wisdom that comes from you, wisdom that sees beyond politics and personal gain, and seeks the good of every neighbor, every child, every worker, and every family. May this meeting be guided by your Spirit. Let every conversation be marked by respect, every decision shaped by justice, and every action rooted in love. Remind us that leadership is a calling, and that true leadership serves with humility and courage. We pray for unity in this chamber and peace in our streets. We ask for your protection over our city and your provision for those in need. May McFarland continue to grow, not just in numbers, but in compassion, opportunity, and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Beltran. Now leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Can everybody please stand as our Human Resource Manager, Serena McEwen. Thank you, Ms. McEwen, and thank you again, Pastor Beltran. Now, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as to form?
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now, moving on to our feature pet of the week, presented by our Chief Police, Chief Knox.
Maybe his
Okay.
name will stand up to it.
All right, we'll wait on that favorite item of the meeting. So we're gonna move on. We have no presentations, introductions, and awards, but we do have departmental reports, and we'll start with number one: frontage road property update by Paul Saldana.
Yes, Mayor, members of the council. In this update, I'll be walking through the frontage road property exchange. This transaction is somewhat, I won't say it was somewhat complicated, but it has several steps to it, and I'll explain those here in this process. So just from a point of background, the city originally purchased land on Elmo Highway for $500,000, and this was to relocate the police department. In January of 2024, Geo Corporation offered to donate land at Mast and Taylor for the same purpose, for us to build the police department. This donation was finalized April 30th of 2024, which made the Elmo property no longer needed for public use. The city began discussions with AC Property Development, owned by Alberto Duran, to exchange the Elmo property for land on Frontage Road. To proceed with this, the city had to follow the Surplus Land Act, which is a California law that governs how public land is sold or exchanged. The question of why we pursued this exchange is because the city needs more commercial development. We felt that this property on Elmo lacked infrastructure for viable development. The frontage road property had access to infrastructure and freeway access, and there was more opportunity for commercial development on the frontage road property than the Elmo property location. So this is just a timeline of the key events that occurred as part of this process. On May 21st, the Planning Commission held a public hearing and approved a resolution which confirmed that the exchange of the property aligns with the general plan. That's one of the requirements under state law. The City Council held a public hearing on May 23rd and adopted Resolution 2461, which declared the property exempt surplus land. This is a requirement, again, under state law, that public hearing be held and the City Council take this action. On May 24th, we submitted the documentation to the California Housing and Community Development Department. They are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that the exempt surplus land process follows state law. On May 29th, the City Council approved a resolution to authorize the exchange of the property. It also allocated $50,000 towards the improvements that were on the frontage road property, and considered the development of an easement on the property as part of that exchange, which is now part of the city's new water well on Elmo Highway. This was, again, conditioned upon the approval of Housing and Community Development of the exchange of the property. On June 10th, we received confirmation from HCD that the property qualifies as exempt surplus land and that the city would be able to move forward with that exchange. That exchange took place on August 1st, 2024, and was completed, and the titles were transferred between the two properties. This is a financial summary of the transaction. The city transferred Elmo property, which was valued at $500,000. We paid an additional $50,000 for the building improvements that were on the frontage road property. The total value given by the city was $550,000. The property on frontage road is valued at $680,000. That was based off an appraisal. And so the net benefit to the city was $130,000. The key benefits with respect to this transaction is that the city secured a better location for the police department at no cost, thanks to the donation and the property exchange, which favored the city. The exchange supports smart land use because it aligns with the general plan, which was part of that process, and it also complies with state law with respect to the Surplus Land Act. The community benefits through the enhanced public safety infrastructure and the efficient use that the public resources will have. And it also, because of the process that we went through, demonstrates the city's commitment to transparency, accountability, and responsible stewardship of the public resources that we have. So with that, I think I'll turn it over to, unless you have questions.
No, we have, go over I want you to go back over the slides. Slide, the next slide, the last slide actually.
Oh, last slide, okay.
Yeah. Can you explain why the Surplus Land Act was created?
Yes, the Surplus Land Act was created so that there was public transparency in city and county, or actually in all public entities, exchange of properties between that were essentially declared surplus by that. The other thing. It's important to note that once HCD approved that action, it validated that the city's action and the city's step was met those state requirements.
So, Paul, would you say numbers don't lie? The city actually made a profit off the exchange, correct?
Yeah, the city came out in a better position than in this exchange, correct.
Okay. One thing I need you to fix is, it wasn't a donation. We actually purchased it for $1, the 18 acres. So I need you to fix that.
For the.
That needs to be corrected.
Okay, so we'll take $1 off of the 130 then. Yeah.
No, from the 18 acres from the.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
Council, do you have any questions before we move on to the next one?
No, I haven't. None.
Okay,
Very good presentation. Thank you.
thank you. I'll open it up to the public when we're done with. Thank you, Mr. Saldana. Go ahead, Mr. Viramontes.
Honorable Mayor and Council, at the request of several council members and community members, we've named this just to piggyback off of Paul's presentation, Transparent Leadership. So we're going to give a couple of status updates on key community items as well as key issues and allegations that have been out there. And overall, the purpose of this presentation is to provide factual updates on recent public allegations and misinformation, and we'll do that by supplying verifiable documentation to, again, ensure transparency, accountability, and clarify the city's actions and decisions to maintain public trust.
Good evening. One of the items, or the first item, is an unpermitted food truck adjacent to Capri. The facts of this matter are a food truck was operating without a valid agreement with a property owner, has been confirmed with the property owner, and this is pursuant to McFarland Municipal Code 5.44.060. The next fact is the location was within 300 feet of the nearest permitted food selling operation, which is also prohibited pursuant to McFarland Municipal Code 5.44.030. The operator did not pass the required background check operating within the city limits, also pursuant to McFarland Municipal Code 5.46.060. Enforcement action was taken in accordance with the city's ordinances. Those one fact that is not listed on the screen, but I want to draw attention to, is the municipal code items that have been cited have been in place from 2006 to 2024. That are the dates that they were entered into with the city and in the municipal code. So I want to make sure and draw attention to this. This is not new news. This isn't a 2025 or something that was recently brought. Is something just to take note of. An in-person meeting with city staff occurred with the business owner on May 29th. Potential solutions were offered. The opportunity has not been sought to date. The business owner has not opted to move forward with that. There is an option for formal appeal that has been presented, both pursuant to McFarland Municipal Code 5.04.116, as well as 5.46110. The timeline from the Finance Department's revoking this business license was in January. A written appeal was provided the next day, requesting a 30-day extension. City manager's determination was provided 4 days later and granted additional time to seek the necessary resolution. The business owner had a subsequent meeting and came to do a truck inspection and live scan in an effort to obtain a business license. The returns did not offer that opportunity to extend the business license. The business owner was notified. Enforcement action proceeded. And business owner, as I mentioned, came in on May 29th, met with myself and the finance supervisor, and was provided potential remedies, solutions, and opportunities to move forward, as well as the formal appeal process, none of which have been sought to date. One of the allegations that has been brought forth is that the mayor claims to have sought to remove the food truck to place a family member at the location. The facts are that no evidence supports this claim. The mayor had no involvement in the enforcement action or tenant placement decisions, and actions were based solely on code compliance and property ownership. As I mentioned, reading the municipal code sections that were cited, there's a reason why I did that, and I want to make sure to draw attention to those. It is a very clear expectation that has been sought for the city. Those are essentially the laws that we are governed by, and it is expected that all businesses within the city of McFarland will operate in compliance with those. It is not based on the mayor or any of our council members, planning commissioners, staff members. It's based on fact, and it's making sure that we all operate within the parameters that are set forth and agreed upon by the city council. Do you want to take number two? Do you want me to go?
Mayor, members of the council. This is a allegation that has come forth that claims that the mayor has ownership interest in Off the Charts, which is the cannabis dispensary. The fact is that the mayor has no ownership interest in Off the Charts, and this has been verified through two different sources: the state cannabis licensing records, which are issued to not just the original operator, but anybody that has an ownership stake within the dispensary. And I have, and I think we have a picture of that. Yeah, this is actually the screenshot from the Department of Cannabis Control, which shows the ownership being the OTC McFarland LLC. If you go to the next slide, this is an actual document that has been filed with the Secretary of State's office. This shows that the OTC McFarland LLC is solely owned by Norman Yosef from El Cajon, California. So both of these documents are independently verified that there is no ownership beyond the single owner of this facility, the single owner and licensed operator of this facility.
And the last item before you is the relating to the McFarland Recreation and Parks District CalPERS liability. There has been some discussion as to the accuracy of this unfunded liability and where our sources are. The allegation being that figure is inaccurate and not a liability whatsoever. The fact is that is accurate, and we'll show on the next slide here the source, which is the CalPERS Actuarial Valuation Report, that under the current amortization schedule, there's a $1,787,219 amount due for all the payments on that amortization schedule. Now, there is an opportunity to pay that down at a faster rate if the district were in a position to do so. But as the community and the public saw at the June 16th special meeting, the district is not in a position to pay that down any faster than it's required to. And it might make sense to explain what the unfunded accrued liability is, and hopefully that'll clear up some of the issues that folks have with that number. It's essentially the difference between the retirement benefits that were promised to employees and the money that is currently available to pay for them. And the way you pay this down is CalPERS has allowed you to make annual payments until it's fully paid down. So it'll work similar to a mortgage, that you pay it down until it's fully paid off. And just as a closing statement, just want to remind the public that our commitment is to transparency, that we will continue to provide factual, documented information to the public. Addressing misinformation is essential to preserving public trust, and staff remains committed to operating with integrity and openness. So with that, we're happy to answer questions that the council or the public may have on either the frontage property, land exchange, or these last few items that we wrapped up with.
Thank you, Mr. Viramontes. Before I bring it to the council, I'm going to bring it to we have several of our planning commissioners here that overseeing some of these transactions. Should be actually offended that some of these rumors are coming across, that you guys are just basically just sitting there and not doing the oversight of the city's work. So anybody from the planning commission have any comments or statements regarding some of these presentations? Go ahead, Mr. Hernandez.
Afternoon, Mr. Mayor. Planning Commission Chairman Jay Hernandez. I can speak to this, especially dealing with the exchange of land that was done during my first term. We've had a little bit of turnover in the Planning Commission since that occurred. There was a lot of due diligence that went into that. I can recall quite a few members of the Planning Commission questioning why it was going to be done. We had our presentation that was given, and there was clarity given as to why. I'm glad to see that the numbers checked out as to the benefit to the city. At the time when the process began, it was intended to be for the police department. Obviously, an unforeseen situation arose that is very beneficial to the city, an opportunity to be greater for the city. So it was, it just behooved the city to make the move in all aspects of it. But again, it was done not an automatic concession, definitely not the direction of the city council and that of Mr. Mayor. It was weighed out, and the decision was made based on the facts that were presented. And it was, if I believe correctly, it was tabled and done at a second meeting for approval. It wasn't done initially at the first one. I want to say that the people that Paul and everybody that was involved in it, and then along with the Duran's individuals, did their due diligence presenting everything, so there was full transparency. When it comes to the other two agenda items that were put up, we have nothing to do with that. That's outside of our scope. So, but again, I can definitely affirm that this was that one was not just done at the behest of our mayor and the remaining members of the council, who I do appreciate come to our meetings, but do not play a vocal or active role. They are like myself. They are just in attendance to see the meeting. So, thank you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Anyone else from the Planning Commission?
Shortcut. Jim White, 364 Cliff. I'm a member of the Planning Commission. I thank you for making it visible that we can actually see what's been going on, because you hear allegations throughout the city, and this brings it for everybody. So now they can understand exactly what was going on. There was nothing illegal going on, but we do hear it around town, so thank you for making it public.
Thank you, Mr. White. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to open up to the public. Anybody have questions, comments regarding any of those items presented? Go ahead, Mr. Oropesa.
Hello, Victor Oropesa, 310 4th Street. I'm glad that you guys did this presentation. It brings a lot to the table, clarity, understanding of what's really going on. Sometimes it's easy to be misled or be misunderstood, but that was pretty clear that it was something that was done and the facts are there. So it was good to get clarity. You know, it's the more communication, the better we all understand. And I truly agree with transparency, you know, and I know that we all should have an open door policy. So if there's any communication, anything that needs to be addressed, we can reach out to one another to get questions answered. So I greatly appreciate the presentation you guys showed today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. Is there anybody else before I close it to the public? Okay, I'm going to bring it back to the council, and I'll start with Mr. Gutierrez.
No questions, but yeah, I'll echo it. Thanks for the transparency.
Ms. Gonzalez.
No, I just have a comment going back on what Mr. Oropesa said about open door policy. You know, if anybody ever has a question or a concern or anything, that, you know, you can always go to City Hall and ask your questions there rather than secondhand. So this presentation was something very good for everybody to see the transparency that we carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Ms. Perez, Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, thank you for the great presentation. This is something that we definitely have been working toward, you know, just being transparent, letting the community know what we're up to. There's no hidden agenda. Thank you for that presentation.
Vice Mayor.
I like the word transparency, but I think integrity is the word that is the key word tonight. And I think I speak for myself, and I'm sure I speak for everyone in this council. I think integrity is important. I think it's one of the most valuable things we assess as people. And in McFarland, you know, we have tradition, unity, excellence, but we also have integrity. And I do. And I think it's important that the residents or the community understand that. Integrity is important to me. You can't go to church every Sunday and be a person of no value. So I think it's important that you understand that we're trying to do our best to clean the issues that were here prior to us. I mean, cleaning up the books was one of the most important things that the city did, and that, you know, it was the mayor's biggest push, and there was a reason for that, because we wanted transparency. We wanted the city to see that there was issues that we needed to fix, and I think fast forward to now, if I recall, it's going to be about 5 years now. We've come far away from that, so I'm hoping that we continue to move forward and not sticking ourselves into the past, and understand that I think the most valuable thing we should all hold is our own integrity.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll finish off. I want to take a moment to personally address these items presented this evening. Many of these allegations we discuss are not just general criticisms of the city operations. They have aimlessly directed it at me and this council. I take it very seriously. As your mayor, my responsibility is to lead with honesty, transparency, and integrity. That means when false information is circulating, it is my duty to address it head on and present the facts. First, I want to address the rumors about last year's land exchange. That this transaction went through multiple public hearings, was conducted in full compliance with the State Surplus Land Act, and was openly discussed in various council and planning commission meetings. There was no backdoor deal. It was a fully transparent process with the published agendas and public input opportunities. The city pursued this exchange because the property received had full infrastructure, highway frontage, and a better development for potential for commercial use. The property we traded was raw land with no utilities, no infrastructure, and no roadway access. This is absolutely something we had to do. I had no personal or financial gain or interest or someone I know. This is absolutely false. This is a decision made for a long-term economic benefit of McFarland, and it was done according to the law. If anybody knows my background, I did work for the Sheriff's Department for 25 years, and I knew when people are behind bars for breaking the law, and that's something I never want to intend to do. So, false and basic rumors are being spread about me engaging in land swap, business owners in exchange for special favors, claiming I own the property and collecting rent, when in fact, the land is owned by the city. The truth is, the city conducted a legal, transparent land exchange with the land we acquired for a higher value. So who got the better deal? You guys saw the numbers. The entire process went to the Planning Commission, reviewed by our city attorney, complied by the Surplus Land Act, and we brought forward 3 separate public hearing meetings before the city council. This effort has already led to real community benefits, including a food truck park, a gym scheduled to be open later this year, which I'm not the owner, or none of my family members own, and a gas station with additional facilities coming. Second, regarding the food truck operating adjacent to Capri, as you heard from our community development director, the business owner was operating with the valid agreement without the property's with the consent. The location was also a 300-foot buffer of another permitted selling operation, which prohibited under city code. In addition, the operator did not pass a required background check for operating in the city. The decision to address this violation was based on entirely those facts. I had no role in the enforcement process and no involvement in determining who would occupy that space. The city acted on the codes. In reality, this individual making these claims has been operating the city for over 10 years without any required permits. It was only when he was finally removed that he approached the city claiming that he had a private agreement with the previous mayors with a $300 payment, and he said that to our city staff as an arrangement for what there was no documentation and no truth to it. He also made false accusations that he was being removed so I could place a family member in that location, which is absolutely untrue. For the record, there is no taco truck out there, and I have no family member selling tacos out there, not even illegal vendors. In fact, this removal came after surrounding businesses expressed opposition to his continued presence, citing concerns about compliance and business impact. He also made several other baseless allegations to our city staff that are false, that have no merit whatsoever. What people should be asking is, why haven't you got a permit? Third, the claim that I have an ownership interest in the cannabis dispensary off the charts is also false. We have provided documentation by the California Department of Cannabis Control for our own record, confirming that I have no ownership interest, direct or indirect, in that business. And I want to be clear, I have no financial stake off the charts for any cannabis business. Some individuals hiding behind rumors and misinformation, have falsely claimed that I own the local dispensary. Completely untrue. What they should acknowledge is a negotiation that we did as a council where we actually are taxing the cannabis 15% and 1% for community events. They should appreciate the work that the city staff and the council does. And it's really directing its benefit to our residents. And finally, regarding the McFarland Parks and Rec District, there has been public questioning of the 1.7 million unfunded CalPERS liability reported. Tonight you saw the official CalPERS reporting configuring that figure. The financial liability is only one part of the issue. As a community member, we lack a lot of programs and a functioning community pool, a senior citizen, a senior center, and that could host many meaningful activities. And we have far too many recreational programs, like I mentioned. And as at the same time, the district has faced mismanagement of its limited resources. Now, let me be clear. It's not something the city wants to take on for the sake of change. This is something the city needs to do to give our residents, our youth, and our seniors the quality of facilities, the programs they deserve. We have the responsibility to ensure taxpayers' resources are managed effectively, and the recreation McFarland becomes something of our residents can truly be proud of. I recognize that public service means being subject to scrutiny, and I welcome it. It energizes me. And I ask our community to engage with us in good faith, based on facts and not rumors. So to these individuals who hide in the shadows like cowards and spread false rumors, continue that energy. It just motivates me. The problem is that with these individuals getting away with not following the rules and corruption, that's something that we will not allow as a council and the city staff. We will treat everybody fair and equally. And if you can see, this train is headed right down the right path. We got infrastructure, streets, water, public safety. We're getting a lot of things addressed in the last 5 years. Residents and citizens, my commitment to you and this council and the city, we will continue to operate with transparency. We will answer your questions. We will provide documentation whenever possible so you can exactly see how and why decisions are made. McFarland is my home. I ran for this office to make it a better place for my family and for yours. I will not be distracted from the mission by misinformation. Together we can continue to make this city forward, but we must do it based on truth, respect, and shared commitment to building a stronger community. I want to finish off with the city is headed to the right path with addressing public safety, our police, our fire services, our water that was contaminated with nitrate. We got RO system treating that water. Our streets are being repaired. We're bringing businesses in so residents don't have to travel elsewhere. We have so many wins in the last 5 years, and this is just not the council. It's city staff and it's the residents trusting us with the process. So for those individuals that continue to bring negative energy, I'll continue to pray for you, and God bless you. And thank you. That's all I have to add for these. Thank you, Mr. Viramontes. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of items in the staff's opinion are routine and non-controversial. These items are approved in one motion unless a council member, board member, or member of the public requests to remove a particular item. Is there anybody from the public that would like to remove an item from the consent agenda? Seeing none. Is anybody from the council want to discuss or pull an item?
No.
Okay. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Oh, you need a motion.
Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez.
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now moving on to public hearings. Item number 10, waive full reading and introduce ordinance number 7, 2025, an ordinance of the City of McFarland, amending McFarland Municipal Code, Chapter 17.153 of Title 17 zoning. Ms. De Leon.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. On June 11, 2025, city staff presented to City Council a proposal for a new home occupation. The home occupation was for a barber station at a residential property. This proposal brought up a conversation on the types of uses on the types of uses and number of uses permitted. Mayor Saul Ayon made a request to city staff that an amendment be made to Chapter 17.153 of the McFarland Municipal Code. This request was to expand the uses permitted and create a limit of the number of permits per type of use. By implementing these changes to the home occupation ordinance, staff is establishing consistency, uniformity, and clarity on the necessary standards and the approval process. Expanding the uses permitted, staff is creating economic opportunity for both the city and the residents. Notice of public hearing was posted on the City of McFarland website and the city posting boards on July 25th, 2025. In the spirit of empowering small businesses and providing additional opportunities, these updates to the ordinance include adding cottage food operations, manicurists, cosmetology, and esthetician. Additionally, staff proposed a limit of 3 home occupation permits per type of business. And I'm here if you have any additional questions.
Anybody from the public? I'm going to open it for the public hearing. Anybody from the public have any questions, comments regarding this item? Seeing none, I'm going to close public comment at 6:36. I'm going to bring it back to the council. I'm going to start with Councilmember Gonzalez. Do you have any questions, concerns regarding this item?
No, I have none.
Councilmember Gutierrez?
No questions.
Councilmember Perez?
None, thank you.
Okay, I have no questions. It fulfilled what I was asking for. So, thank you, Ms. Brownie. Do I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 7, 2025?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gutierrez, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Ayon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano. Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez.
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to administrative agenda, item number 11, approval of resolution number 2025-115, a resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland approving the brokerage service contract with Hub International. Ms. Serena McEwen.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. The city currently uses a third-party benefits administrator, but has found gaps in support, especially during open enrollment. Hub International, a highly ranked broker with a strong local presence, has proposed a comprehensive solution. They'll assign a dedicated account executive to work directly with staff and employees, streamlining enrollment materials and timelines, improving employee education, and providing access to compliance, technology, and wellness specialists. Services would begin September 1st and no direct cost to the city, as Hub is compensated through provider commissions. Staff recommends approval of Hub International as our employee benefits broker. And I'm ready to introduce Shaylin.
Hi, Mayor and council members. I am Shaylin Lewis. I'm with Hub International. I first off want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you today. I was just sitting here listening to transparency and honesty and integrity, and it just goes along lines of my heart, and I just want you to know that I have much respect for that, and that is how we operate at Hub International. The focus today will be on the city of McFarland, but just to tell you a little bit about Hub, we are the top fifth largest broker globally. We have a 95% retention rate with all of our clients. We also have a highest tier as far as working with the medical carriers and the dental vision carriers. But although we are a large brokerage firm, we work as a small local firm. I'm out of the Central Valley. We've had clients within the Central Valley for 10 plus years. One of them is your neighboring city, the city of Wasco. I've worked with them for 9 years, and they're like my family. And that is what we like to do, is to treat our clients like our family, to make sure that they are getting all the needs that they need and have them be met. Like Serena said, we have a dedicated team of support for all of our clients. Bree Owens is the account executive that would be working with Serena day to day, and she will be able to take a lot of those responsibilities off of Serena so that she can focus more on other administrative needs. We also have a compliance team that would work with you, extended team with technology. I just bring in a whole team of experts behind me. One thing is that along with Bree, she also has an account manager under her that helps her and supports her. Hub will team up with your staff to provide clear, simple, and ongoing benefit plan education for city employees, utilizing carrier reps when needed to ensure employees understand their benefits, especially for plans like your current medical plan administered by EDIS. Our close partnership with EDIS also allows us to quickly escalate and resolve issues, ensuring a smooth as possible experience for both HR and your employees. Hub delivers a mutually agreed upon specific open enrollment timeline and project plan, including relevant materials, benefit guides, ID cards, and communications, ensuring clarity and effective rollout. Hub will identify consolidation opportunities to save money for the city if needed. And with Hub, the city gains, like I mentioned, access to a full team of experts in benefits compliance, technology, communications, and wellness, ensuring quick issue resolution and ongoing support. And like I mentioned, Hub has partnered with multiple cities within the Central Valley for nearly a decade, and the depth of experience makes us highly familiar with the unique needs of municipalities, including the specific medical plan structure currently in place with the city. Any questions?
Thank you for the presentation. I'm going to bring it to the council. If you have any questions, concerns, we'll start with Mr. Gutierrez.
No, I have no questions.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, I just like the fact that you guys are right there, just a phone call away, and they'll be able to, any questions asked or they have.
Yeah, and at open enrollment, I like to bring in all the carrier reps. We like to be there to support you. The important thing is educating the employees on how to use the plan, and the plan you have in place is a good one. It just takes a lot of education, and that's what I plan to do, is to make sure everyone understands how to use it, and we roll out a timeline so everything is done efficiently.
That's good. Thank you so much for that presentation.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Councilmember Perez.
No, thank you.
Vice Mayor.
No questions. Thank you.
Sherilyn.
Shaylin.
Shaylin,
Uh-huh.
thank you
Shaylin.
so much. The presentation was good. It'll be good for our employees in case they have questions, and they need to have a face-to-face with somebody, and if that's needed.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm going to open to the public, see if anybody had any questions regarding this presentation. Seeing none, it looks like you're off the hook. So
Thank you.
do I have a motion to approve resolution number 2025-115?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Vice Mayor Cano. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Marion.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez.
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now moving on to item 12, approval of resolution number 2025-117, a resolution of intention between the Board of Administration, California Public Employees Retirement System, and the City Council, City of McFarland. Ms. Sarah McEwen? Serena.
Serena McEwen, thank you. The city currently offers retirement benefits through John Hancock's defined contribution plan, which, while stable, lacks the long-term security of a defined benefit plan. To strengthen recruitment, retention, and competitiveness, staff recommend beginning the process to join CalPERS, the state's largest public retirement system. Several neighboring agencies, including the cities of Wasco and Arvin, offer this same benefit. Adopting this resolution of intention authorizes CalPERS to begin the administrative process without binding the city until a final contract is approved. This proposed timeline, which is reflected in the staff report, would see the contract approval in December and CalPERS taking effect in January of 2026. The other two proposals reviewed were determined to be beyond what staff can recommend due to financial constraints. However, staff recommend adoption of the resolution of intention and moving forward with the necessary steps for enrollment. And I'm open to any questions.
Thank you, Ms. McEwen. I'm going to open it up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns regarding this item? I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to bring it back to the City Council. Councilmember Gonzalez, do you have any questions, concerns regarding this item?
No, I don't have any. Thank you.
Councilmember Gutierrez,
No, no questions.
Councilmember Perez,
None.
Vice Mayor Cano. This is just the question is, this is the first step, correct? Regarding, it's just the administration process, it's still not the contract itself.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go through a voting process with the employees.
Perfect,
And then we'll
thank you.
make the next steps.
All right, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution 2025-117?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Marion,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now, moving on to item 13, approve a resolution number 2025-119, resolution of City Council of the City of McFarland approving the acceptance of the quote from Procore for the implementation of construction management software for the new police department building and authorizing the city manager to enter a 12-month agreement for the use of the software. Mr. Yurlis Hernandez.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council members. As you're aware, the city's Public Works Department, Chief of Police, and City Manager have been coordinating the design work for the new PD department building. This project is currently at 95% design completion as of August 1st of 2025, and the next phase will be the bidding phase, which we plan to put out to bid in October, with the groundbreaking projected to be by the end of the year. As we approach the bidding and construction phase of this project, it is crucial to start the implementation process of Procore, a project management software. In order to effectively manage a project of this magnitude, project management software plays a crucial role in keeping our pertinent documents in order. Some of these documents include, but are not limited to, the following: critical milestone dates, RFIs or requests for information, daily logs and pictures, submittals, financials and budget tracking, and change orders. The Public Works Department has selected Procore as its preferred project management software due to the familiarity with the software and to expedite the implementation process to ensure seamless transition of knowledge to staff. The cost for Procore software is a total of $32,205.97. It is important to note, since the city's Public Works Department will be providing the construction management for the new police department, the city will be saving approximately 3 to 5% of the total construction costs for these services if they were to use a construction management firm. So an example, if you're looking at a project of $10 million, you're looking at saving, for doing it in-house, you're looking at saving about $300,000 to $500,000 in CM services or construction management service. And, I know these fees because that's kind of the world that I came from before coming to this city. So those are typical fees that are charged by a construction management firm. So the financial impact for this Procore software is $32,205.97, but there will be no financial impact to the general fund as the cost will be covered by the grant received for the police department. Based on the outlined benefits and implementation plan, staff recommends the City Council to move forward with the purchase and implementation of Procore, a construction management software for the new police department building, and authorizing the city manager to enter into a 12-month agreement for the use of the software. And I'm open to any comments or questions you may have, and I also have Greg Collican with Procore available if I can answer any questions for you.
Okay, I'm going to open up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns regarding this item? I'm going to close it to the public. I'm going to open it to the council, bring it back. Councilmember Gutierrez, we'll start with you.
No, the only comment I have is saves the city money. Well, I'm for it.
Thank you. Councilmember Gonzalez,
No, thank you. I have none.
Councilmember Perez,
None. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano.
No question.
You had me at sold when you said 300, 500,000 for the project management. We're
Quite a
good.
bit of money.
We don't need to talk to Procore. You know what I mean? So, do I have a motion to approve this item?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gutierrez, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Marion,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now moving on to item 14, approve a resolution 2025-114, a resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland approving a lease agreement with Domain X Gym for 974 Frontage Avenue. Mr. Saldana.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and continuing our earlier discussion on frontage road property, this is one of several, I think, projects that we'll be bringing before you over the next several months to enhance the economic development in the community. Domain X Gym is locally owned and operated here in the city of McFarland, and they've expressed interest in moving and developing into a larger and more suitable location for them. We anticipate them investing in tenant improvements on the property, and they've requested a 5-year lease from the city. So we've offered a lease that would support the growth of this small business and allow them the opportunity to receive their investment during the duration of the lease period. So the attached lease that is proposed before you is a period of 15 months where there would be no lease payments, and then starting on month 16, continuing through the 60 months of the lease, the business would pay $1,000 per month. The tenant is responsible for paying all of the insurance, improvements, utilities, and other costs of the operation. The lease and the lease proposal have been reviewed by the city attorney, and therefore we recommend the city council adopt resolution 2025-114. And the owner of the gym is available if there's any questions that you have.
Sure. Where's yeah?
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Xavier Perez, the owner of the first McFarland's locally owned gym, Domain X Gym. Cut my ribbon, open to the public February 24 in 2024. And it's been a good run, expanded twice in 1 year, and I already topped out, so now I'm looking for benefit the city more and my community for a better location.
Okay, Xavier, is it going to be standard gym, or what are you actually going to put in that facility to expand?
So what I offer is a premium experience for the community of McFarland, Delano, Wasco, Bakersfield. Believe it or not, I got people driving 30 minutes to visit McFarland's gym, which I take pride in that. But I also want to include more services. So in this tenant improvement, I plan to build a second level, not a full second level, but more of a mezzanine with a full enclosure for 2 more smaller businesses inside. So a barbershop, and I'm in talks with somebody to see if they want to lease this lower half for a nutrition store. So bring in a couple smaller businesses in town.
No, what I mean as far as the exercise is just weights, cardio. You have any boxing or any other?
So right now I'm limited to general fitness and bodybuilding. So so that's what we mainly do. No CrossFit, none of that.
And open 24/7.
That's right. We are a 24/7 facility.
Okay. I'm gonna open it up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns, or asking for a discount when it opens? He's here. So, hey, just for the record. Xavier.
Yes, sir.
Just for the record, we're not related, right?
No.
Okay. I just want to make that clear. All right. Anybody from the public? Council, I'll start with Ms. Councilmember Gonzalez.
Well, just a comment, just congratulations on your business, and you're doing a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Actually, my son attends that gym. If anybody knows my son, I'm actually happy he goes to that gym, but I'm happy to see it move to a larger location.
Thank you.
Councilmember Perez.
And we're not related either, even though we have the last name. But I wanted to know, about security purposes, since it's 24/7, do people have a code to go in there, or is there somebody there opening the door? How does that work?
So it's an automation service that I pay for yearly, and so it's a system where it's 24-hour surveillance. So every time a member checks in through the door, the software is designed to count 1 human. So if it sees 2 humans enter, it automatically notifies me that there's 1 too many that just entered. So I know how many people are in the facility at all times.
Okay, thank you. And I have been meaning to go back to the gym, so hopefully that'll be a place for me to go.
hope to see you there. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano?
No question.
No, I just want to congratulate you for the expansion and continue bringing services to this community. People drive here; they don't have to drive out of town, and continue to grow with the gym. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
A motion to approve the resolution 2025-114.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mayor Ayon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilor Perez,
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now moving on to item 15, approve a resolution number 2025-112, resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland approving the grant application of Mujeres Activas Líderes Comunitarias for the Harvest Festival at the McFarland Community Garden.
I won't be saying it. So, good afternoon, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council. The Mujeres Activas LLC is a designated nonprofit organization and active in good standing and has requested a $2,500 grant from the Community Grants Program for their inaugural Harvest Festival at the McFarland Community Garden. This event aims to provide a memorable pumpkin patch experience for underprivileged children, with additional festivities including games, food, and decorations. Mujeres Activas has been instrumental in transforming the McFarland Community Garden from an unused space into a vibrant community hub, effectively making it their second home and a central location for community engagement. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody here from the group? Anybody would like to speak? Yeah, whatever's.
Buenas tardes a todos. Primero queremos darle las gracias por habernos dado la beca para hacer el evento de las calabazas. Aquí traemos lo que gastamos. No sé si tengo que... Pues de las ganancias que tuvimos del evento, hicimos las canastas que habíamos dicho que íbamos a hacer y se las entregamos a 30 familias. Ese evento lo hicimos, de las calabazas lo hicimos el 27 de noviembre en la iglesia Santa Isabel. Y pues no nos fue bien con las ganancias de las calabazas porque nomás ganamos $1. Pero es que compramos calabazas muy grandes y esas no se vendieron, entonces este año ya sabemos, si lo volvemos a hacer, ya sabemos qué calabazas comprar, las que nos pidieron más.
No, thank you for the presentation. I'm going to open it up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns regarding this request? Go ahead, Mr. Oropesa, if you want to come up and. Hold on.
Victor Oropesa. I just want to say that they're doing a phenomenal job keeping the garden clean. When me and my wife go walking, se ve todo el trabajo que están haciendo. Se ve nice. Todo verde, las plantas growing. So, appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep it up. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else from the public? Okay. I'm going to bring it back to the council. I'll start with Mr. Gutierrez. Councilmember Gutierrez.
Well, yo nomás quiero decir que gracias que sí están. Okay. Thank you for being here. I like to see that you guys are really active in the community, and hopefully this event will bring more activities for our youth.
Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. Councilmember Gonzalez.
Just basically the same comment. Good job on what you guys are doing, your ladies are doing. I take honor in going over there when I have family members that come by. I take them over there so they can see our community garden, and they're really impressed with everything that they see. So thank you, and thank you for the good job that you do.
Councilmember Perez.
Same. Thank you for all the work and all the effort that you put out in the community garden. It's beautiful. I enjoy walking by there. And you can tell that in the unity in all of you, as you are all wearing the same color, that shows a lot of unity with the Mujeres Activas. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Councilmember Perez. Vice Mayor Cano?
Same sentiments. Thank you for everything you do. I mean, it's noticeable in the community. It's noticeable in our garden. Then, of course, I mean, I attended the Harvest Festival last year. It was a great event. A lot of people, a lot of kids having fun out there. I mean, I enjoyed the big pumpkin, so not everybody wanted small pumpkins. But it was a nice event. I hope more community members attend this next one.
Thank you. No, I just want to echo everybody's, you're doing a phenomenal job. The group, the Mujeres Activas, are doing phenomenal, keeping up the garden, and always try to take our elected officials over there, people passing through, and the county knows about our community garden, how good and how it's kept up, and how it's actually brought some synergy up in the east side, on the east side. So continue the progress, the work that you're doing. It's be proud of all the work you're doing. I know that you're doing it for the community. And with that, I want to make a motion to approve the $2,500 for this group for the Harvest Holidays. I attended last year. It was phenomenal, and I think this year will be even bigger and better. So do I have a motion?
Second motion to approve it?
Did you made the motion?
I made the motion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mayor Arion?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano?
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilor Perez?
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you again. Gracias. Okay. Now moving on to public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the council about any item not in the agenda may do so at this time. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes for each person. 15 minutes total will be allowed for one subject. Please state your name and address for the record prior to making a presentation. Anybody have, anybody? Go ahead, Mr.
Thank you again. Jay Hernandez, 904 Kayla Loop. My question is, the last meeting, some issue was brought to us that would have fallen under the guise of the city council, not the planning commission. And recently I had the pleasure of interacting with one of our local police officers. And I raised question regarding a recent vehicle code passage that restricts parking within 20 feet of a marked or unmarked crosswalk. And the reason that is brought up is because my street narrows from once you cross 5th going towards Davis, and there is congestion with cars parking along that curb on the northwest side of the street. Recently, I had an incident, luckily I was out there at night, where two cars the car in front had to stop because of the car parked on the curb, and the car preceding it moved over into the oncoming lane with a truck coming. Luckily, the accident was averted, but because of the narrowing, I raised the question, and that law passed and took effect earlier this year. I don't see it being enforced, and my question would be, could the city explore the idea of painting the curbs to 20 feet to prevent the parking? I think of right here at the school district, the high school where you cross 3rd coming on to the campus of the high school. That is a crosswalk both on Sherwood and crossing 3rd. If there's a car parked, the kid steps out, they could get hit. And there are other areas where that is the case. I don't lay it at the behest of the police force to enforce the vehicle code, even though it's there. If we could take a proactive stance and offer them a resolution without having to them incur greater responsibility, I think it would benefit the city in the long run. Because again, it's not an issue today until a kid gets hit, and then it's going to become an issue, and it's going to become a very public issue throughout the county. The city doesn't need any bad publicity. Like you mentioned earlier, we did a good job of doing that on our own and bringing that there. So that's my public comment.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Yurlis, can you take a look at that, and Chief as well? Thank you. Thank you for that comment. Is there anyone else for public comment? Madam Clerk, did we have anyone?
Yeah, we had Carlos Ramirez.
Okay. I don't see. Is there Carlos Ramirez?
think he left.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna close public comment. No council comments, reports from city council on committee, district meetings, public policy and finance committee. Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, we had a meeting today. Let me talk about our aging report. Our balance is down to 105,000 from 129 that was back in June. Shut-offs are scheduled for August 19th. As of today, there are 109 accounts at risk. If you are in need to pay your bill, please visit City Hall to make payment arrangements. Currently, there are 51 broken meters in need of repair or replacement. There's 100 new meters that have been ordered and will be installed as soon as they arrive. And also, the Finance Department is currently preparing for the annual audit, which is scheduled to begin in September. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Now moving on to Public Safety Committee. Our McFarland Police Department keeps on being busy. They had calls for service in June, 397, July, 413, and August, 218. So that means they're making contact with anybody as far as if they have any infractions, violations, and stuff. But making it known that the police officers are also involved with the community and keeping that engagement. And then with our public roads, they started construction this Monday on 3rd Street. It's going to continue until hopefully November 5th or middle November with the 10 streets and the 2 overpasses. So there's going to be a lot of, pay attention to the workers, please. There's going to be a lot of construction going on, detours the next couple of months, or I would say the next year. So wanted the roads fixed, we're addressing those too. So, okay, and that's all I have to report for the Public Safety Committee. Now I'll move on to the Quality of Life Committee.
Quality of life, we spoke about the Animal Control Department, some of the changes that need to be done to continue supporting our animals that are there. We do have quite a few. It's pretty full at the moment. We're just trying to find more room and, of course, continue the, hopefully, adoption of our pets, because we do have a lot of pets, loving pets there, that need loving homes.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Now that ends our committee and special district meetings. Now moving on to council statement reports on their own initiative. Council members may make a brief announcement or a brief report on their own activities. In addition, council members may ask a question of staff or the public for clarification on any matter. Provide a reference to staff and other resources for information. Alternatively, request staff to report to the City Council at a later meeting concerning any matter. Furthermore, the City Council or any member thereof may take action to direct staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. We'll start with Councilmember Gutierrez.
Well, the only thing I have to say is thank everybody for being here. I really like that our planning commission, we have a lot of members here. We have a member of our school board. We want to welcome him, and then the Mujeres Activas. But I want to say that with the couple of the committee that was a part, I'm really happy with our department heads, especially Diego, and with this, and Yerlis, Megan, and Serena. I was calling her. But I know, you know what, it's a lot of work, and our city is running smooth, transparent, and I really enjoy being part of this city council.
Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. Councilmember Gonzalez, please.
Well, basically, just everybody, thank you for coming. Your attendance here is greatly appreciated, and it shows the interest that you carry with us here. So I really appreciate you guys coming. Staff, you guys are doing an amazing job. I like the presentation that was given, the transparency that we all talk about. So good job on that. Thank you.
Councilmember Perez.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance. The same as our other council members, our heads of staff. Thank you for everything that you do for the city. I do want to share that I went on a visit to Taft, and I saw all the facilities at their Parks and Rec, and I was impressed with everything that they have to offer. I was saddened to hear that we no longer provide the Fun Skills program here in McFarland, where they still do that. My daughter went through Fun Skills. I'm not sure what happened there. They have a pool that was built in 1937, and it's still running. Our pool was built in the 80s. I don't know what happened with that. So there's a lot that needs to be done in regards to the Parks and Rec. And again, we are not in charge of the Parks and Rec. They have their own committee. So I want to make that clear. And again, with transparency, knowing just people knowing that we are here for the community. It saddens me that we don't have a pool so that we can have those swimming lessons, because that's how a lot of our kids they need to learn how to swim. They have a senior center. They have a weight room. I mean, it's like Disneyland at that facility. Bowling alley, that's why I said they have a bowling alley. The Mujeres, we have 3 members that were there with us. And if any one of you would like to speak on that, you are welcome to do that. Take some of my time for that. And thank you to our social media, just presenting everything that we're doing. Again, part of the transparency. They showcase the streets, the work that's being done with the streets out there. Thank you for getting that painting done for our back to school, because we are back in session. And I think that's it. I could go on and on, but I'm going to give some time to the mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Perez. You sure you want to do that? Vice Mayor Cano?
A lot, right? Yes, thank you to all our heads of staff for all your great work. A lot is going on. I know Yearly's has been really busy. Streets, roads, water, everything. Thank you to Nathan, like always, our legal department, who always makes sure we're in line. Thank you to, I also want to welcome some of our interns are here tonight. It's always good to see you guys, to see what we do as a council, our planning commission. Every once in a while, I do make them meetings, and I sit there and listen. So I think it's good that you guys come to see us and see what we do as a council. I think it's important to see the community activity. For example, we have Las Mujeres Activas here tonight. We also have, of course, Mr. Beltran, one of our school board members and pastors in our community. So it's always important to see people like from the community come to our meetings and listen, because I think in a small community like ours, we are a group that works together, and that's really important to continue that work. Our police department, chief, I know there's a lot going on out there. I hear the cops. I know they're doing a great job. Saul, I mean, there's just so much going on, and I know sometimes the pressure falls on you, and just continue going. I think that at the end, people will see the positive of this community, what we've done as a council, what you've done as a mayor. People don't understand the amount of time you spend working out of McFarland, Sacramento, Washington, to try to bring the funds, try to connect our local government with the federal and state government. A lot happens, and I think you don't get enough credit for it or enough appreciation. But believe me, I see it and I appreciate it. I mean, you spend a lot of time away from your family, a lot of time away from your normal life. So thank you for that. And let's just keep pushing, keep getting to that next part. Like Saul said, there's going to be a lot going on in the next couple of months, a lot of road work, bridge repairs. People will complain, but you've been complaining about the road. So now be patient. It's going to get done. It's going to get fixed. And once it's done, it's going to be better. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, for those words. First thing I want to address is Yurlis or Diego. In the future, when we ever have the pressure, a resident came up to me and made this comment that they need to be notified. Or the city needs to notify, at least on the website or social media, like, hey, this pressure is going to be down for 16, 18 hours, because in case they have to take a shower, and just get that message out there, because they had no idea what was going on either side. So that's the first thing. So let's just continue with that messaging.
That's understood, Mr. Mayor, and we're working on improvements on that communication. So
okay,
appreciate that.
No, thank you. Yeah, when we talk about transparency and integrity, I just want to finish off. I want to clarify, because I was hearing a lot of these rumors and this misinformation about me and stuff like that, and about all these negotiations or whatever. What these individuals got to realize, the ones that are saying it, they're probably part of the problem, or they're still part of the problem, because several of them are board members, and they don't realize that they're in charge of the Parks and Rec. And there's a reason why they're in a $2 million deficit. It's because they're not doing their job as an elected official. So, and when we talk about who in my position will want to address a board and their staff about them not being accountable or not doing their job, because somebody's got to fight for our residents, our kids, because nobody's done it in the last 5, 6, 7 years. So if we don't address it, who's actually gonna do something about it until it's bankrupt or we don't have the services? It's embarrassing that when we had to take people to task and see what services and what programs they have for 2-year-olds all the way to 98, and their staff is smaller than McFarland. And look, we found the problem. We got to come up with the solution. As a city, we try to partner up with the Parks and Rec, and we're still continuing to have conversations where we need to address this, because if it continues, our residents, our students, I teach at the high school. I have about 150 students. Without exaggerating, about close to 92 students do not know how to swim. And that's just in my students in my class. That's 14 to 17. That's a basic need. Now, LAFCO and some other individuals, when I told them about the situation with the Parks and Rec, and they made some comments that if I was crazy, because who wants to inherit a $2 million deficit plus capital improvements? Our staff wasn't too keen to it, initially, but they understand that it's not that we want to, it's that we need to. Just the way we've addressed our city the last 5 years, we're driven. We hold people accountable, and we're trying to make the best for our residents here in the community. And yes, I'm going to get the pushback because I'm just that person, right? But at the end of the day, you see results. When we get grants, we get anything, we deliver. We just don't talk about it. We're doing it. And it's just not the council, it's the staff, the workers. I'm glad the planning commission's here, and I don't want to call them interns because they're apprentices, right? So they're learning, and they're knowing how a city operates and how it should operate the right way, being honest, transparent, and just trying to get the best services for our community, the best quality of life. And that's what all we're trying to do. At the end of the day, there's always going to be pushback. You just got to deal with it. You can't fix crazy. You know what I mean? So let it come, but the results will be there. But I just want to thank everybody for coming today. It's a little bit hot out there. Stay hydrated. I don't have nothing else to add. That ends our regular council meeting. Thank you. Good night.